Arkansas's top leader announcing the natural state will welcome refugees. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Ashley Katz.
Well, good evening. I'm Bob Clausen. Governor Hutchinson making the announcement this morning before the joint City, County, and Local Affairs Committee. It was just 5 years ago when he took a stand against Syrian refugees heading to Arkansas. In 2015, Mr. Hutchinson was one of at least 18 state leaders to take that stand.
This came a week after deadly terror attacks in Paris that November. At that time, the governor mentioned Asia and Africa as the best places for refugees to head.
Our Jay Burr, following the governor's announcement since this morning, is joining us now from the state capitol. More on this. Jay, what does this mean exactly to us?
Well, for most of Arkansas, it doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it was actually President Trump issued an executive order back in September that actually allowed states and local governments, for the first time ever, the decision to allow or not refugees into their communities. And today, like you guys mentioned, Governor Asa Hutchinson said Arkansas will continue to allow refugees into Arkansas.
Some of you have asked, well, what has changed? The answer, a lot has changed.
Governor Asa Hutchinson addressed lawmakers today with concerns about allowing refugees into Arkansas. He did point out there's only a very specific area that they will be relocated to.
Relocation intent is for Springdale, Washington County area. There's no intent to relocate any refugees in other parts of the state.
Chairman of the City, County, and Local Affairs Committee, Gary Stubblefield, along with several other legislators, had some concerns about refugees' cost to the state and their access to benefits.
And we are ranked as one of the top poor states in the country. Can you understand the reaction that the public would have when they read about refugees being allowed to enter and the benefits that they are being given?
The governor arguing that they don't get access to anything any other citizen isn't afforded, and even said bringing them in is a net positive.
Refugees and their non-refugee spouses and children were a net physical benefit overall estimated at $16.9 billion.
State Senator Greg Leding, who represents Fayetteville and supports the relocation of refugees to his district, doesn't see why some legislators are raising issues.
As far as I know, the lawmakers who actually represent Washington County, Fayetteville, and Springdale, the places that will be open to refugees, the lawmakers who've spoken publicly all support the placement of refugees.
Emily Crane Lynn of Canopy, which is a refugee relocation center in northwest Arkansas, says allowing refugees into the state will have an immediate and positive impact to Arkansas.
They are ready to take control of their lives. They are ready to know where their next meal is coming from and to know that it's going to come from the money that they earned at their job.
And the governor also added that in the country, only about 18,000 refugees will be allowed in this year. And of those 18,000, approximately 50 will be allowed into the state of Arkansas. Live from the state capitol, Jay Burr, KRK 4 News.
All right, Jay, thanks.